Might speak for 5 minutes.
A true gentleman. The gentleman from North Carolina is recognized for 5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, many members of the House may have seen a recent Wall Street Journal article that documented how existing disclosure requirements allow many of the costs associated with congressional delegation trips overseas, known as CODELs, to go unreported. Right now, when members of Congress take foreign trips using commercial airlines, the costs are publicly disclosed in reports published in the Congressional record. However, the cost of members' foreign trips using military aircraft are not. In the past, members of Congress have used military aircraft even when traveling to exotic locations that are readily served by commercial airlines. Press reports have indicated that the military even maintains a specially outfitted VIP fleet operated out of Andrews Air Force Base, which aircraft can carry cost estimated at $10,000 per hour. When a member of Congress takes a taxpayer-funded trip overseas, taxpayers have a right to know how much of their hard-earned money is spent on that travel. For this reason, I recently introduced H.R. 3036. This legislation would direct the Department of Defense to provide a report on the cost incurred in taking a member of Congress, officer, or employee of Congress on a trip outside the United States. It would then require the member of Congress to disclose those costs, and these costs would be publicly reported online. Mr. Speaker, it's important to note that this bill would not apply to any trip for which the sole purpose is to visit one or more U.S. military installations or to visit U.S. military personnel in a war zone, since there may be varied security reasons for not disclosing the cost of these trips. With an ever-growing national debt and our military budget stretched thin, it's more important than ever that Congress acts as a responsible steward of taxpayer dollars. Bringing sunshine to the cost of members' foreign travel will help ensure taxpayers' dollars are efficiently used. I am pleased that this legislation has received the support of the National Taxpayers Union, Eagle Forum, and Public Citizens Congressional Watch. It has also been endorsed by the Council for Citizens Against Government Waste. Their letter of support for this bill states, military aircraft is necessary when flying into war zones or U.S. military installations overseas. However, the military fleet is too often used to shuttle members back and forth to locations served by commercial airlines. Members of Congress should be held accountable for every bill footed by taxpayers. Again, that statement that I just read is from a letter the Council for Citizens Against Government Waste wrote to support this legislation. In fact, Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to submit the text of this letter for the record.
Without objection.
Thank you. In closing, I hope my colleagues will become co-sponsors of H.R. 3036 and join in bringing transparency to the cost of foreign travel by members of Congress. And with that, Mr. Speaker, I will yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman yields back. Mr. Massa from New York. For what purpose?